Andy, tell me, when you're learning about property, you know, what is it you really want to know? Is it sort of the mindset stuff that you're really interested in, and the attitude that you've got to have, and a little bit of negotiation? What's the most important thing to you? Because I actually think that sort of stuff is really secondary.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't want to see people major on that stuff, because really that is, it's important, but it's not the most important. What do you think?
I think it's valuations of property.
Valuations.
How to do valuations, how to value things, commercial and residential, because that's where you make your money.
Okay, I agree. I'm slightly different. I think numbers, how you work it out. Okay, because look, valuation's really important. Okay, but if you don't know how to work your numbers out, and that's the biggest thing that I see. There's a lot of training companies out there, would you agree, that they seem to go on mindset, they seem to do, you know, happy clappy, woo, fantastic, we're gonna do it, gonna buy a property, but they don't want to talk to you about how to value a property,
How to negotiate.
how to negotiate, and how to work numbers. The numbers are simply the most important. Honestly, we got Martin Smedley over there. I'm going to talk to him in a minute. And the thing is, it is true, isn't it? So many people just do not understand how to make the values, to calculate the valuation and the numbers to make it work.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Really?
Well, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Slowly getting there. Square foot, that's key.
Okay, so that's price, that's working out the value of the price per square foot of a property. So where you're investing, and I can tell you, when I was living in Parsons Green, I knew exactly in that road how much a square foot of properties were there, and I knew what they were in that area. Each road's going to be different. I need to understand where I invest and what the price per square foot. Now, there are different things that come into play, such as location, if you've got more land, if you've got a side bit, they come in. But when you're looking at a property like for like down the road, square foot price is very important. So you do that now.
I do that now, yeah.
So come on then.
Look at the EPCs and I'll see if they've got the square footage on there.
Okay, so EPC, Energy Performance Certificate, is a free document online. You can go, as long as you've got the full address, you can get that. And in the top right hand corner, it tells you what is the square meterage of that property. That's great. And if you want to calculate that to square foot, you multiply it by 10.76. So we've got the square foot. So how do we work it out? How do you work out the price per square foot on a property?
Well, you want to find out what the internal area is, you want to find out what the comparables are,
Yep.
and then once you know roughly price per square foot, you times it by the area of the property.
Okay, so look, so the simple way is what you do
I'm
is
actually
you,
going to be able to use this for that lawnmower.
it's fantastic, don't worry, there's a lawnmower cutting. We're at the Oxfordshire Golf Club in playing, we're going to be off again later today. This is brilliant, and don't worry about background noise. It's like when I do videos at home and my little grandson, baby Trev, is crying. I love it, it's what life is all about. But the thing is, look, you take the value of what the prices are selling for or sold for in that, I would like sold prices personally, what they sold for, and you divide that by the square foot, okay? And that gives you a price per square foot. And now we can see that, what am I buying? Because a lot of people look on the road and they say, why is that one, you know, 200,000 and this one is 160? Well, what you haven't looked is out back, they've extended, they've gone up into the loft, so they've increased their square footage. It's a really important factor, and that way you've got a good place to start.
Thanks for the tips.
Yeah? No, it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so
I
come
wasn't
on.
expecting a maths question.
No, come on. So what's your, listen, so when you're trying to look at values, how do you value, and what great tips can you give the people watching?
Well, look at the sold prices. I wouldn't really look at asking prices. They're more of a
Right.
wish price. You can look at the different streets, the streets nearby. I look on Google Maps.
Yep.
Drive around, say you go in there, and you can then see if the houses look the same, and then you can find out from the EPC the square footage.
Okay.
And yeah, you can, once you've got the prices, the sold prices, I put them in the table sometimes and then average them. I try and find the average.
Because you are a numbers man, because of your job.
A little bit.
Yeah, okay. That's more about that later. But look, this is an important thing. Today we're playing golf. What tips have you got? Is it the
Hit
wrist?
it straight.
Hit it straight. And how do we do that? We keep the wrist nice.
Don't listen to you.
We've had so much fun yesterday. Honestly, I thought I was going to keel over with laughter. My belly was shaking so much. And we're going out again today. Listen, I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you soon. Hi, welcome back. So I have been speaking to Andy about valuations, buy-to-let mortgages, and how to value properties in the market when an investor is looking at them. And that's one of the hardest things that they do complain about when they're looking at a property. Let's say it's 200,000. Is it really worth 200,000? And you and I know that when people start to talk about commercial valuations, which we're getting a bit, let's just deal with the straight one. How should people look to say value a property when it's on the market, say for 200,000? What should they be doing?
But you don't want to get too complex on this.
Yeah.
Right? The valuers, when they go in, think about how RICS value property.
Yeah.
What do?
They look at the ones which are sold already.
They look at the comps. So they look at comparables, whether it's a comparable method. Therefore, if there are no comparables in the area of selling at that price, you're not going to achieve it.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah.
We talked about one 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
When the comparables are all over the place, you've got some at 50, you've got some at 60, some at 125, some at 105. So how the hell do you value that property?
Yeah.
Well, then you've got to look at the location where that property is, and that's everything.
Yep.
The value is going, look, yeah, great, yeah, that one over there was for 125,000, but it's in an area or a street where everything's quite nice.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to buy and think you're getting a valuation of 125, but the rest of the location is rubbish, yeah, that's the word for it, then you're probably not going to achieve that. Doesn't matter what you do to it, you're not going to achieve it. Right? And we spoke about commercial valuations, so that's a whole
Before you get to commercial, I want to ask you a question, because look, what I do, even with the buy-to-let stuff that I look at, I quite often will work out the price per square foot, because in Europe, in America, Australia, they all do price per square foot. Now in this country, we do it on commercial property, we do price per square foot, but on residential we don't.
No.
I still use that as a formula. Do you think that's a good way of looking at it?
Yeah, on flats, valuers will use it.
Perfect.
All right, so that's that.
So this is something that people don't know. They absolutely don't know.
So you've got the factors, you've got the square foot, the price per square foot, and then you've got, again, everything else, location, demand,
Yes.
the lease, all right, and everything else. That's another day. All right. We've got to look at it. Valuers are trying to get all this information together. Now, a lot of people go, well, my house is worth more than that. Well, in your eyes, or an estate agent's eyes, but in reality, it isn't. So we don't know the answer.
Okay. Commercial valuation. This is just a short video, just to add on to what we're talking with Andy. Just put to bed, because you and I are absolutely fed up talking to the back teeth about commercial valuation. I'll lead in. Look, people and some sources, not all, but some sources say, come and buy this house. It's worth £180,000. Here's the yield, which is 17%, and you better get in quickly, otherwise you're going to miss it. They go and look at it, and in that street, all the houses, the maximum price is £125,000. So what's going on with this commercial valuation, and why is it that people are trying when you and I know it's...
Let's try and put it to bed.
Yeah.
All right. Will you get a commercial valuation on a 6-bed HMO? Will you? Yes, you will. If it meets criteria.
Yes.
How often do we have to say this? If you can take anything and put it anywhere, but it won't get a commercial valuation. We've got guys that are bought for 90,000, spent 120,000. Wrong area, no demand, your price point and your rent is too high.
So what's it worth? So it costs them now up to 210.
Yeah.
When they go for valuation, they're thinking they're going to get it valued about 300.
350.
And what's it really worth?
Well, these instances 250, 240,
Okay.
220.
Okay.
Right, so you can catch cold if you don't do your research.
Yeah.
Well, how do you do your research? Look at the area. Who is going to rent these properties? Right, and what are they really going to pay? Now, the guys that do the really, really high-end ones, and they're achieving, they're achieving. Let's just use Oxford because that's we're in Oxfordshire.
Yeah.
Those rents in Oxford are about £800 a room.
Yeah.
700, 750, £800 a room. All right. Now, when a valuer goes in, is he going to, just because you're getting it, is he going to say that's going to be forever? And what happens with these high-class ones? What's the maintenance cost on these? So the valuers are going, well, look, the maintenance cost on this is going to be higher. Every 3 years, you're going to have to keep this to standard and maintain the rent. And if you're not prudent, and maybe you don't, then you're not going to achieve £800 in 3 years. You're going to get substantially less, or your tenant type might change. A lot of people go, it's for professionals. It's only for professionals. But professionals, when they're looking at stuff, right, they're expecting a certain quality. And they won't be suited everywhere. But if you take those HMOs and put them in the wrong areas, you're not going to get a high commercial valuation. The yields will increase. We'll explain yields later, but the lower the yield on the rental valuation, the higher the valuation. So any idiot telling you that it's 10 times the rent, right? Take it back, it's it. Right?
Okay.
Not going to happen.
Look, it's Martin Smedley. don't be calling him and asking him, can you look at this? Look, typically people will call up and say, some people say, they call up and say, I've seen an HMO and can you tell me if it works?
Yeah.
And they want, he's not there to work out everything.
No, I mean I can do it for you for £1,000 quid. All
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
It's,
Right.
I can't look at your little diagram and cost it for you.
Okay, all right. Listen, Martin, we're here playing golf. How's your golf going?
Awful. I managed to break my wrist. I've lost 27 golf balls. I almost went for a swim, and your son nearly killed me in a golf buggy. But apart from that, it's cracking.
It is funny. It's been
Yeah,
good
it's
fun,
fun.
isn't it? And actually, with what we're doing in life and work, it's good to get out and laugh.
Yeah, we haven't done that for a while.
No. All right, guys. Martin, thank you very much.
No worries.
All right, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.